Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you like what you see in this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Today I'll be taking a look at Duskfade, which was released August 13th as was this recording. Keep in mind this video is recorded using Nvidia ShadowPlay. In this game it incurred roughly 5 FPS loss. Also keep in mind that I have the latest Nvidia driver installed, driver version 610.88, which was released July 28th. So this game, I actually just found out about this game a couple of days ago, I'm guessing. It seems kind of, it kind of reminds me of Kena Bridge of Spirit and Kingdom Hearts, two charming games. Kena Bridge of Spirit kind of has that Pixar look, the characters, the animation, and just the overall look, aesthetic of the game. And this game kind of looks like Kingdom Hearts. The little boy is carrying a sword. You can easily replace that with a giant key. I was kind of intrigued. So the reason behind this video is just to take a look at the performance on the PC. This is on Unreal Engine 5 title. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. I don't know why games are addicted to this horrible engine. But yeah, just compare it with my 2080 Ti versus my 2080 Super and see how the performance is. Looking at the Steam overview, this game has 285 very positive reviews. Released August 13th. It's currently priced at 24 bucks, 20% off. The original price is 30 bucks. As far as the recommended system requirement, the game recommends the Intel Core i7 9700 or AMD Ryzen 5 2600X, 16 gigabytes of system memory. On the graphics side, it recommends the RTX 2060 or AMD 5700, DX12 or 20 gigabytes of storage. I'm guessing SSD recommended. For the graphical quality, I have it set to epic and I'm using native resolution. So you can see there aren't that many graphical settings, just a handful, and everything is maxed out. Here I am taking a look at comparison between my i7 8700K RTX 2080 Super machine versus my i9 9900K RTX 2080 Ti machine. So it's quite interesting just looking at the side-by-side comparison. So the 2080 Ti machine is, as far as VRAM usage, using roughly 400 megabytes more VRAM, and then system memory, it's using almost roughly 2 gigabytes more system memory compared to the 8700K machine. And then looking at the GPU information, both GPUs are pegged at 98%, so indicating no CPU bottleneck, which is what I like to see. And I can, to certify that, looking at the GPU wattage, the 2080 Ti is using roughly 100 watts more than the 2080 Super. Keep in mind, I always overclock my machine, so both GPUs are overclocked to their limits, as well as the CPU. But yeah, looking at the system, the CPU usage, all threads and all cores are evenly distributed, which is what I like to see. And both CPUs are in the 50s, low 50s. Wattage, the 9900K, it has an additional 2 cores and 4 threads, so it's going to use more more wattage, and it does require more wattage to more voltage to overclock to 5 gigahertz. So it's running roughly 10 watts hotter than the 8700K. The 8700K is cooled using a 240 millimeter water cooler, and while the 9900K is using a 280 millimeter liquid cooler. But yeah, I mean, not much to say. Surprisingly, the 8700K felt a little smoother. Later on in the gameplay, the 9900K incurred a severe stutter in several places, while the 8700K was was quite smooth. Keep in mind, there is a shaded pre-compilation step, which took a few minutes. It's not a dedicated screen, but you can see your CPU usage spike to 100. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about, but 0.1% low, 1% low is not bad. Overall, I'll say the performance is okay. It could be better, for the graphics on hand. It's an Unreal Engine 5 title. It could be worse, certainly a lot worse. I mean, take a look at Gears of War E-Day, for example. But for the cartoony ass style, they could have used another engine like Unity, possibly the Godot engine, and I would have easily tripled my FPS, no problem, considering that there's not a lot going on screen. But overall, it's decent.
Come and get me! That was neat! I'm getting the hang of this. Better. Be careful. Good job, Cuckoo. Let's do this! That was neat! Come and get me! Good job, Cuckoo! Here I come!